Hey everyone, so glad you're here. Today we're diving into a topic that's not just relevant, it's critical if you're navigating business and leadership with ADHD. I don't care if you are an executive or an almost executive, or if you're an entrepreneur, startup founder, if you have ADHD and you're navigating the business world, this is for you. We're talking about how to avoid burnout by designing your schedule to match your natural focus and energy rhythms instead of focusing or forcing yourself to fit into a model that was never built for your brain. So, we design your schedule to match your natural focus, your energy rhythms, way better than forcing yourself to fit into a model that was simply not built for your brain. Whether you're an entrepreneur, an executive, or both, you're not lacking discipline or motivation. You're likely missing structure that honors how you actually work best. Can you imagine that? Structure that actually honors you. This session is going to be super practical. It's kind of the way I roll. We'll walk through why traditional productivity systems don't work for ADHD brains. We're going to identify your natural focus cycles, really dive into how to identify your natural focus cycles and how to structure your day and week around those rhythms. Then some simple shifts that protect your energy and attention from burnout. So, whether you are listening to this while I'm live or you're listening to this later on replay when you are able to focus, drop me a hand or a yes in the comments. If you've ever hit a wall midweek and thought, why can't I just stay focused like everyone else? That's what I want to see. I want to see some hand raising. Yes, yes, your people are here. So, most productivity advice assumes linear attention. Sit down, focus for 2 to 3 hours, stay consistent, rinse, repeat. ADHD doesn't follow that rhythm. ADHD attention is cyclical. It's interest driven and often triggered by urgency or novelty. Trying to power through in the name of consistency just leads to mental fatigue and burnout. And that's just no good. You don't need more motivation. You need to build a system that works with your brain's wiring. Traditional systems are like wearing the wrong size shoes. You can do it, but it's going to hurt the whole way. I actually put on a pair of shoes today and wore them for about 5 minutes and said, this doesn't work. That's what I'm talking about. Okay? Let's talk about the natural rhythm of attention for ADHD. When you're in the engage mode, you're locked in, your flow state possible. When you're in the drift mode, your attention starts to wander, you get fidgety or foggy, you're definitely wandering. Recharge mode, your brain needs novelty, movement, a dopamine reset. Refocus, you return either to the same task or something new. So engage, drift, recharge, refocus. I have a question for you. Can anyone relate to being super focused for 45 minutes, then hitting a wall out of nowhere? That's a signal, not a failure. Okay. And if that is something you've experienced, the super focused wall, drop that in the comments for me so that I can see that I am resonating with you. Once you recognize your own cycles, you can begin to structure your week to match. Here's what I help clients create: a focus map, dividing the day into zones. Deep work and strategy zones, admin and meeting zones, buffers, creative movement, wrap-up zones. And there is no one right way. It is very individualized. So the focus map is an amazing thing that I get to help my clients create. Then we do task matching task types to energy level, not the clock. What are your high energy, creative, strategic tasks? What are your low energy, admin, batching, communication type tasks? But what falls on high energy or low energy is unique to you. And that's the most important part. Use time blocks with flexible edges. Flex those edges, not strict hours, but rhythms. Sprint for 45 to 90 minutes, then break, then reset. No more marathon days unless you're in hyperfocus. Imagine a life with no more marathon days. Now, when you're building a burnout proof calendar, keep in mind, burnout comes from two places: overcommitment, too many demands, no white space. Hey, I have to tell you, your favorite ADHD coach really blew this herself in 2025. I didn't take a day off from January 2nd until March 23rd. Yes, it took my mother's 84th birthday to get me to take a day off. Yeah. Was I at my best? Of course not. So overcommitment, huge mistake for everyone, but especially my ADHD people. Then there's under recovery, no built-in reset time. So what are our solutions? We're really painfully familiar with the problems, right? So the solutions: block buffer space between meetings, build in reset breaks like they're as important as your work, use a 5x5 model, max 5 focus hours a day, 5 days a week. There's something to be said. In my job search coaching program, we were talking about time blocking recently for both the ADHD folks and the non-ADHD folks. And with one of my ADHD clients, just this week, we had a conversation about Sabbath. And we were talking about what she does with her weekends. And one of the things I said to her is that there's a reason almost every religion has a Sabbath practice. There's something to be said for Sabbath. You don't have to practice a religion to practice having a Sabbath. And having that break is huge. One of my clients recently reduced the workday from 10 to 6 hours, but doubled their productivity and reduced anxiety because it aligned with how they actually work. That is a game changer. That client of mine who is a startup founder, one of my ADHD clients, the way that she manages her weekends has been game changing for her. She does admin work on Saturdays. She is all about friends and family on Sundays. Game changing. Game changing. She doesn't have to be distracted by the admin work during her precious weekdays. She's got those designed around what's most important for her, her brain, her business. She gets it all done. Okay. Now, I just want to remind you that ADHD doesn't mean you can't focus. It means you focus differently. When you structure your week to match your energy and your attention rhythms, everything changes. Less burnout, more consistent flow, and real momentum that's sustainable. Now, I'm going to go do one of the things that recharges me, and that's go to an art museum. Let me know this Saturday or whatever day you're watching this on a replay when you had time to focus. What is your recharge? Have an absolutely fabulous rest of your day.